deal with healthcare professionals who don't know anything about the transgender people, about the gender identity. Example, I am going to a gynecologist, but I identify as a man, as a transgender man, and most of the time they don't consider me as a man because how I'm assigned at birth. So how to deal with these kind of medical specialists and how to, share about your problems with them?
I think that this is once again a problem that is very hard to tackle individually. It is a systemic problem because if the medical fraternity does not sensitize its professionals in a way that they cannot cater to a specific population at all, you cannot expect the persons who are at the receiving end of care to keep sensitizing the professional. That is a very high-end responsibility on them, that I'll suffer distress, I'll have complaints, legit physical things going on that I want to address, and then I have to again educate you about my gender identity. But I think one route of doing this is, of course, to build up a resource bank, to connect with your peers pan India and in different cities to see who are the affirmative professionals, and to have a network of that so that you can go to those persons in times of crisis. And now you can also see what is the kind of problem that you have. If it's a kind of problem that a gynecologist with an AFAP focus can give you a solution to, I feel sorry to say this, but if it solves your problem, take the solution. Because often what happens is we deny healthcare because of its lack of affirmative focus, and that can turn us into a cobweb of even more drastic consequences. So I think to prevent a larger harm, and I do not say this with great taste because of the sorry state of affairs, but I would also like to say that to prevent further harm and so that you can live a quality life as far as possible within your constraints, if you get some sort of care where there is basic respect and the person is giving you the necessary treatment, please accept it. Because I feel sorry to say that the medical fraternity, the way it should step up and have an affirmative focus in every case, that is still a distant dream. But I do feel that wherever we have come till now has been because of constant unionizing within trans persons, because of constant, resource sharing, solidarity, and that has pushed us through, right? We have come this far and we'll come to cover more miles as we go. But if we die out, if we are not there to make that change, that will not happen. So I do think that if it's a drastic case, please accept the care that you get, unless it is absolutely humiliating or dehumanizing, because that is another extreme. Then you can, of course, drop out. Feel free to drop out, which is why the resource bank is very necessary. So if I have at least 5-6 professionals, I know that if I'm dropping out, I'll get this other person to go to. And here I think your organization can play a very important role to sort of form a network of professionals of immediate services, say endocrinologists, say a gynecologist, for instance, and some very pertinent healthcare professionals who prominently feature in trans persons' lives, and to have a sort of network of those professionals. Maybe you can even arrange informal meetings and teeth-to-teeth with these professionals where they, cross-fertilize each other in terms of their shared knowledge, and they work together as a team.
That's a really great idea, and we have been doing this for a very long time now. So anyone who has a doubt, anyone who has a doubt in transitioning and all, we help them out. We help them with the specialist contact number and everything. So yeah, we have been doing this for a long time now, but I think more communities should come together and do this also.
Absolutely, and it should spread. It should spread in every city, even in the rural areas, because often when we talk about all of this, the metropolitan queer trans individuals get a lot of services, know a lot of things, but in the suburbs, people don't know anything, and it becomes extremely difficult for them. Because trans women still, I think, in the Indian context, people have an understanding of, because of the cultural presence of the Hijra community and other forms of native transgender identities. No, not in a very good sense, because mostly in a stigmatizing sense they have an idea, but still there is some imagination. But that trans men exist, they do not even have an idea of that. So I think that is a very big problem, especially for trans men who are coming from rural areas.
And that's why even the government should take charge in educating everyone.
And it has been very complicit in not taking charge, if I may say so.
Yeah.
So I think you can't just have a trans act and not act. You have to act.